I am about to teach you the most dangerous prayer that you will ever say. And I mean dangerous, because once you say it, it will change your life and it works fast. Now, this isn't clickbait. This isn't a scare tactic. This is a warning, because I have said this prayer multiple times and each time it delivers with terrifying accuracy. Now, before I teach it to you, I want to tell you the story behind it, because I didn't channel this prayer. I didn't come up with it. The best way I can describe it is that it summoned me. So let me take you back to the beautiful land of Ohio back in 2021. I was sitting on my bed. I was outlining a class that I was teaching for that evening. And as I was essentially minding my own business and writing down different notes, teaching notes for this class, all of a sudden I jumped to my feet and I felt like this ball of energy in my stomach. And this energy began to make its way up my solar plexus, up through my chest, up through my throat, and these words just came out. And these are the words that I said. Divine Spirit, if there is anyone in my inner circle who secretly wishes me harm or does not have my best interest in mind, reveal them or remove them. I said this with such confidence and authority. But it was weird because it wasn't like I said it at all. Like, I felt the energy come out of my stomach, out of my energy field, out of my throat. It came out of my mouth. Like, I said this prayer. My body said these words. But I hadn't planned on saying anything close to that. I was working on something entirely different. Well, later that day, me and my partner at the time were watching TV. We were having a few drinks, and he had confided in me that he had cheated on his ex multiple times, and I felt a deep pit in my stomach. Well, it didn't just end there. The next day, I was on Instagram scrolling through my feed, and all of a sudden this notification popped up and it said, "We think you might know this person." I'm thinking, I've never seen this person before in my life, but let me see why Instagram thinks I know them. So I click on it, and lo and behold, it was a woman who was posting a lot of inappropriate, suggestive photos on Instagram. I mean, people can post what they want on their accounts, right? I mean, I'm not here to police anybody, but what was inappropriate was that my boyfriend at the time had liked every single one of these dirty pictures. And what was worse was that this was a friend of his, right? So in my opinion, a boundary had been crossed, and he knew how I felt about things like that. So this was a friend. This was someone he had access to. This was someone who was advertising something specifically for her OnlyFans account, but also made it known that she offered other in-person services that I'm sure you can figure out what I'm trying to say there. And when I saw this, my heart dropped. I just couldn't believe what I was seeing. And it was humiliating and embarrassing to me that here, me and my boyfriend, who are both essentially public figures and we are influencers in our specific niches, was liking this stuff for all the world to see. Because again, that person was advertising something, and when you like something publicly, what are you saying? You're saying, I'm interested. So here he was in a monogamous relationship, but telling some other woman that he was interested in what she was posting. So I did confront him on it, and I gave him an ultimatum. I let him know I did not get into a relationship to deal with this type of thing. This is horrible behavior. If I see this again, I'm leaving. Newsflash, 8 months later, he did it again. I bounced. That wasn't all of it. That's not the whole story. There was so much more that happened after that situation with Mr. Ohio. But let me get to the next thing that happened, which was just a couple of days later, was that a very close friend of mine suddenly just blocked me. We both leaned on each other in difficult situations. We both confided in each other when things got hard. And we were both there to uplift each other and inspire and encourage. There was this one time she came to me and she was opening up about some private issues, and I was doing my best to help her through it. And I validated her point of view, her feelings, because she was going through something really rough. And a few days later, without any warning or explanation, she just blocked me on Facebook. And I thought, well, that's weird. And at first I thought maybe it was an accident because she has younger kids and she lets them play with her phone sometimes. And so I figured, maybe one of the kids had the phone. She blocked me by accident. So then I reached out to her on Instagram and I was like, hey, I tried to reach out to you on Facebook, but I noticed I'm blocked. Did I do something to upset you? If so, can we talk about it? And I really didn't think I had done anything to upset her. And all of a sudden she blocked me there too. And it was like, what in the world? That was very heavy on my heart. The only thing I could think of was that she was mad at me because I had missed her birthday and she knew how important birthdays were to me. But I had missed her birthday because I just found out that my boyfriend at the time was behaving inappropriately online with other women. And I had also gone through different accounts that he was following and found that this was not the only account that he was doing this with. I found some flirtatious messages, all online for everyone to see. It was very public. And I didn't tell him that I had found the other accounts. I just called him out on this one. So my heart was breaking because to me, I already knew this was the beginning of the end. And I didn't want to talk to her and certain other people about it because I was just trying to figure out what to do, because here this is the man that I love, but this is how he's behaving, which is completely disrespectful. About 2 years after she blocked me, a mutual friend of ours sent me a screenshot of the post that she had written around the time she blocked me, because I had told this friend what had happened between, me and this other person. And so she decided to, do me a solid and go check out the Instagram post that I couldn't see. And she just said some wildly terrible and hurtful things about me. But the main kicker was that she mentioned something like she doesn't have time for people's drama when they don't understand one iota what it's like to go through the pandemic and have children. She had also used something that was private against me, and she took it completely out of context. And I was just like, wow. So the universe completely answered that prayer that summoned me, that I didn't even intentionally pray. And it gave me the information that I needed at the time so I could be aware of what I was really dealing with. And I'm also quite thankful and grateful that that crappy friend who I thought was a good person blocked me, so I couldn't see what she was saying about me, because had I seen that in that moment where I was going through this with my boyfriend, and I also had some other things taking place, I think that would have ripped a hole in my heart that I may not have been able to recover from at that time, because I was very volatile and vulnerable. Anyways, I have said that prayer at least 3 times more over the course of, the past few years. And the results have been interesting. When I said it again, after I had left my boyfriend, the people around me stayed. No one fell apart. No one got reveals. Like everything was good. And those people that I knew at that point in time are still in my life. Like they're still in my atmosphere, and it's still great. The second time I said it, another female who I kind of had a weird feeling about her anyway. She got revealed very fast. I had to remove her, but she was revealed. And then the third time was when I was helping out someone who I thought was a dear friend. And when I say helping out, I mean I invited this person into my home. I helped him with some financial obligations. Like I helped him in a lot of different ways, because he was, basically he was about to be homeless, and I know what that feels like, and I didn't want that for him. I said that prayer and he ghosted me afterwards. Some people are just opportunists and users, and they don't care how their actions affect you, and they will use you, discard you, and then move on to the next, which is sadly what this person did. But all that to say, this prayer is so powerful and useful because it really does work fast. And the reality is that whenever there are people in your inner circle or people that you have to work with on a consistent, close basis, and they have access to you, that means that on some level, you guys are feeding off of each other's energy. And if someone is close to you and they have ill intent, it is best if you can get those people out of your life sooner rather than later, because they will continue to drain you. They will take you down rabbit holes you don't want to go down. And once you get to a certain level of pain with these people, it's hard to recover from, right? It's really difficult. And you want to be able to cut your losses early so you can heal and you can move on and you can find your real tribe. So be careful when you say this prayer, because it's very possible that the people that you trust the most are the very people that you need to watch out for. And when you have that realization, it hurts. It hurts. And it's hard to claw your way out of that. You know, there's a reason why betrayal was the 9th level of hell in Dante's Inferno. Betrayal is the hardest form of trauma, or I should say one of the hardest forms of trauma to get past, to move on from. But I did it, you'll do it. And again, if you want to say that prayer, it is this: Divine Spirit, if there is anyone in my inner circle who secretly wishes me harm and does not have my best interest in mind, please remove them or reveal them. And then just let it do its job. Now, if you would like to join a group of people who are kind-hearted, spiritual, and who are also developing their psychic abilities, I'd like to invite you to check out the Guiding Echo Psychic Development Group. I will have the link for that down below. It's a wonderful community where every Thursday at 6 p.m. Pacific time, I host live classes. We all work on our psychic gifts and abilities together, and you'll also get access to a secret Facebook group and online courses and so many wonderful things. But I think what really ties this group in together and makes it great is the community. So if that's something you're looking for, check out the link down below. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.